Hi, and welcome to an in-depth walkthrough of Wizikey's PR platform, your one-stop shop for all your PR activities. Now, we believe every great PR campaign follows a few certain steps that we've tried to build into a model, which we like to call scale. It is this very model that we at Wizikey have used to build our product and our platform. Here, S stands for the strategy, C is for the content and campaign, A is for analyzing the right people to talk to, L is for launching the campaign, and finally E is for evaluating how a campaign performs. Now let's talk about strategy. When you're formulating a PR strategy, it's important that you're looking at your industry as a whole to get a better understanding of what your peers and competitors are doing in terms of their media outreach and see if that helps you in planning yours in a much better way. Let's head over to the Insights section for this. Insights is the tool that helps businesses in tracking and monitoring all that is happening in their industry and all the news that is created around it. If you look at social commerce as an example, I can see that Meesho is doing much better than anyone else. If I want to see what is it that they're doing, I can simply click here and go through all the articles which have mentioned Meesho. This helps me in understanding their approach to PR and what is it that is working for them. Alternatively, if I want to see what the founders of Meesho are doing, like Vidit and Sanjeev, I can click on that part of leadership section and go through all the articles mentioning these two founders to see how they have built their thought leadership individually. I scroll down to get the same analysis but in a week-by-week breakup, which helps me in understanding who's the most consistent out of the lot, who peaked, where they peaked, and why they peaked exactly. I can click on that part of the chart and look at all the articles generated in that particular week. Now we understand none of these brands being mentioned in a blog spot or a blog post will actually add to the brand's value. That's why we do this analysis in the top 250 to 300 publications of the country, and we call it EMA, which stands for Earned Media Authority. Another feature as part of Insights is Newsfeed. Newsfeed is a media planning tool which helps you in prioritizing where your brand needs to be visible as of today vis-a-vis your competitors and industry. If I can select one or two publications that I want to target, I'll be able to see how each of these brands are positioned in that subset as of today. This helps me in understanding which are the publications I need to be focusing on today and which are the ones that can be on the back seat for the moment. Once you have your strategy in place and once you understand what kind of campaigns work, the next question is, what are the right people that I should be talking to? Now let's head over to the Discover Journalists section. This is an ever-evolving repository of journalists across the country according to their location, their publication, their interests, etc. This is where you can find journalists who will be an exact match for your brand using one of many filters that we offer. Another nifty feature is that you can search for certain keywords and see journalists writing on that particular keyword as of today. You can use this keyword search in relation with one of these filters to get an exact match in terms of journalists that will match your brand thought and what you want to share exactly. I can look at these journalists' complete profile by looking at all their recent articles, their LinkedIn, everything from one place. And if I want to reach out to these journalists and launch my campaign, I can do that as well in a few clicks. I can put down a headline that will go out to the journalists and I can move on to drafting a pitch that I want to send out. Now, once you draft your pitch, it is important that you understand what is the information that a journalist is looking for and what is the format that they like to receive it in. To help you out with that, we have templates. You can select any one of these templates that fit your use case and you can simply put down your company's information in the placeholders and you have a campaign that is ready to go in a much quicker turnaround time than it would normally have taken you to draft. As you can see, if I have to introduce my company, I can simply put down the information in these placeholders and my campaign is ready to go. Now, there are often certain collaterals that are gone along with a pitch or along with a press release, like a logo or a company photo or a boilerplate. Now, we've also provided a place for you to store all of these in the form of Brandbox, which is a cloud space for you to use collaboratively with your team, wherein you can store all these collaterals and use whenever you require them. Let's say I'm happy with my content and I want to share it. Next step is to go out and launch your campaign in actuality. Now, once you submit a campaign for review with Wizikey, our PR experts go through your campaign, give it a fact check, a spell check, a grammar check, and ensure everything is the best it can be before it goes out. And if we have certain suggestions like maybe the headline can be better or the body can be changed in so and so manner, we give back those feedback to ensure that our users get the best out of the platform as possible. Now, after launching your campaign, the next question is, how do you evaluate a campaign's success? And unfortunately, the only measure that has been occurred up till today has been how many coverages did you get. Now, while that is a good metric, it's not enough. It doesn't give you an overall picture of the campaign. For that, we've brought a different viewpoint of how you should be measuring success for a campaign. We've tried to build this as similar to Google AdWords, wherein you look at certain insights like who opened your mail, when they opened your mail, who was interested and who was not interested, to be better able to understand if your campaign was actually optimized as to the best it could be. So in the campaign section, you have a history of all the campaigns, and opening any one of them, you can see the total number of recipients, as in the total number of people you reached out to, and the total number of people you engaged with. You also see all the replies in one place so that you don't have to chase around one or the other team member to see what was the next step with one particular journalist or one particular story. You have all of that in one place to be used collaboratively within your team. You also get to see which were the journalists that were interested in your particular pitch and which were the journalists that were actually not interested in what you had to say. You can use these insights to optimize your media list and your campaign much better the next time you're doing something relating to your PR. You can also go a level deeper in understanding how it performed by seeing who opened your mail, when they opened your mail, and how many times they opened your mail as well. All of this goes towards helping you in optimizing the next campaign you run that much better by continuously learning from each and every previous campaign that you carry out. Now that is how Wizikey does what is it that we do. And that's how we help you through the model scale from strategy up till the very evaluation of a campaign's performance. Now you know everything there is to know about Wizikey, and go ahead and have a try and see if it works out for you.